So, eighth position goes to Harna Sandhu Miss Universe 2021. I really loved the gown, especially I really loved her tribute to Miss Lara Datta and Susmita Sen, her from her country India, and it the this gown is the eighth because other gowns are really good worn by other Miss Universes, and I think she should have opted for another gown. I'm not a big fan of this gown, and I think the back side of the gown it looks amazing, especially with the tribute, the bow, everything. But I think this wasn't a final gown. I think it should have been more like more drama or something like that. I wish she opted for another gown or another color. It would have been nice, and that's why this gown is number 8. And my number 7 goes to Susibini Tunsi. It was 2019. I love this gown. Of course, she wore something that is which is personal to her and which represents her country. And I really love this gown, especially the color, the white and the black. And this is not a usual gown that Miss Universe final gown that they wear, but I really loved it, and it is a really great gown and she carried it very well. I think she wanted something really simple, not too much drama. So this is a great gown and she carried it really well, and I really loved the way she represented herself as a Miss Universe, and I loved one of my favorite Miss Universes. So number 7th place goes to Miss Susibini. So number 6th position goes to Iris Miss Universe 2016. I really loved the gown, the color of the gown. I think one of my favorite colors. And I think this is a gown by Michael Sinko, and this is so amazing. When she came out of the runway, I was also like, wow, what a gown. And this is a gown that we all will remember, and I loved the way she carried the gown, and it shows that she's Miss Universe. And I love when Miss Universe wore this kinds of gown, and there is so much drama in it. So, and I love her as a Miss Universe. She represented her country, and her reign was also great. So, my number 6 position goes to Iris. And what do you think about this gown? Such a great gown. And so, next is number 5th position goes to Arbani, Miss Universe 2022. I think Arbani, definitely, we all know that she's a fashion icon. She's the best fashionista, and she's the most fashionable Miss Universes ever. And I loved the gown, the color, and we don't see these kinds of gown often. And this was a different kind of gown, kind of a Met Gala kind of a moment this was. And when she came to the runway, I loved it, and the headpiece that she's wearing, that is also amazing. And I really loved the way she represented her cause, sustainable fashion, and this is a great gown. And this was a fashion moment, and she aced this. So number next is number 4, which is Catriona Gray. I love this gown, the color of the gown. I think most often people don't wear this color, but I really loved when she opted for this. And when she came to the runway, I was also like, wow, especially the top part of the gown, that color, the glitters. I think Catriona always wore this kinds of gown. Even her lava gown also kind of similar to the top part. I really loved the gown, the glitter, and it reminds me of a peacock. I don't know, but this is such an amazing gown. Was an emotional moment for all of us when she came to the runway, and I think the crown also suits her really well, and she's an amazing Miss Universe, one of the iconic Miss Universe ever. Love the gown, and I think this gown was literally like made for her. So love Catriona. Next is number three goes to Andrea Messa. I loved the gown. I think it was too so much drama. The big ball gown, and when she came to the runway, I was also like, wow, that's an amazing gown for a Miss Universe. And I want like Miss Universe finals to final gown to be this beautiful, and she looked so beautiful in this gown, and the color of the gown also I loved it. I think this is also a Michael Sinko gown, I'm not sure, but whoever made this gown is like a great designer. I loved the gown, especially her expressions of her face when she was so grateful to the Miss Universe, and her reign also was amazing. It was not easy for her since it was like COVID time and all, but I love the gown, and Andrea is an amazing Miss Universe, an amazing person. She carried this gown like really amazing way, and this is one of my favorite gowns that wore by a Miss Universe in the final night. Next is number two goes to Demi. This is such a simple gown, but it is so elegant. I think the 2018 edition of Miss Universe was all about so much fashion, elegance, and everything. Of course, in the back you can see Catriona standing in this iconic lava gown, and Demi, the gown she wore was great. I think she looked so good in it. The colors also like an amazing contrast of colors. This gown is, in a simple word, we can say it is simple but elegant, and she looked so beautiful in it. And we all know that she is an amazing Miss Universe, and she represented her country, and her reign of Miss Universe was so amazing. Such a great Miss Universe Demi is. So this is one of my favorite Miss Universe final gowns that a Miss Universe wore, and this is such an iconic gown. This is, even though I love dramatic gowns, but this is an amazing gown. Next, my first goes to position is Miss Pia. Look at the color of the gown, it's amazing. I think Pia loves blue color, and this gown by Michael Sinko, it's like amazing. She looked like a Miss Universe in this gown, like a queen probably, and I loved the gown. She carried herself really amazing. She is definitely one of the iconic Miss Universes, and I loved the way she carried the gown, and she's one of my favorite Miss Universe. And we all know her reign wasn't easy for her because of the whole controversies and all, but this gown, I think, goes to the history, and this is an iconic gown, and we all love her, and she is one of the best Miss Universe ever. So my number one is this gown. So what do you think? Share your comments.